Guys, today we are going to discuss the 2025 NEET paper. Okay, yeah, from the zoology questions. Which of the following statement is correct about the location of the male frog copulatory pad? Guys, previous year 2024 they did ask about cockroach. This time they focused on frog in the structural organization. So this is the about frog. Yeah, it is male frog copulatory pad, where it is located. Okay, first and second digit of forelimb, second one the first digit of hind limb and second digit of forelimb and the first digit of the forelimb. Guys, first of all you have to eliminate hind limb, that is not hold the hand with the hind limb, and you have to eliminate directly this, and first and second also eliminate. Okay, yes, second is also eliminate there, mean here also eliminate. Okay, this is the answer, the first digit of the forelimb, guys. Okay, elimination process, the way this is the question easy. Okay, yes, next. Yeah, this is very easy question, guys. Vitamin B12 obviously cyanocobalamin, and it is about pernicious anemia, very simple. And vitamin D about skeletal system, bones, nothing but it is the rickets, the disease, the deficiency of vitamin D. Guys, yeah, cheiliosis is the disease which is caused by this B2. Yeah, if come to this, vitamin B12 is 4, does it mean A is 4, where it is A is 4, A is 4 in second, A is 4 in fourth. Second one, vitamin B, vitamin D is the ricket, mean B is 3, A is 4, B is 3, yep, 2 are same as it is. This is vitamin B6 pyridoxine and vitamin B12 is riboflavin. Yeah, pyridoxine is always, this is vitamin B6 is, yeah, convalescin, that is the disease about neural condition, neural conditions. So vitamin B6 is 2, vitamin B6 is 2, mean D is 2, D is 2 here. The second is answer here. Yeah, here the 50-50 chances is hard, 50% is easy in this, 50% is hard for the choosing answer. Okay, this question. And if come to this, this is the direct question, guys, but thoda confused, there is a civic sense which is common sense used for this question. IVF method for the drawback, why it is not potentially developed, mean what are the potential drawback in adoption of the IVF method. Okay, in the reproductive health, this is the reproductive health chapter. Reproductive health, guys, just look into this. High fertility risk in the mother, mean maternally mortality rate is high. No, this is not a like drawback of this method. It is obviously expensive for Indian culture. The Indian middle class society, it is cannot afford, so it is thoda expensive. B is okay. Husband and wife is necessary for being donors. It is no need husband and wife. Okay, biologically male and female is okay. So that is absolutely eliminate. Less adoption of orphans. Of course, the orphans, if the origin from this, there is a less adoption is going to take place for adoption. This is also acceptable. No, not available in India. Yes, this is you can eliminate. It is 100% available in India because of it is a technology. Yeah, if you directly, if you want, if you don't know this answer, you can eliminate through E, where it is E. This is E, eliminate. This is like where it is he. Yeah, directly you have to eliminate fourth option. And husband and wife donors, you have to eliminate C, where it is C. Yeah, here also C, here also C, here also C. Directly you have to, no need to read. This is the possibility that is early embryo is not to survive. You no need to read at all the D option. You have to tick the answer which is B, D, F. This is the smart way. Okay. From the reproductive chapter they did ask. Okay. Yes. And the next question. Yeah. This is also, guys, structural organization which is frog. Frog. Structural organization. Okay. Yes. Guys, just look into this. What is the name of the blood vessel? Blood vessel that carries deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood from the body parts to the heart. Obviously veins. Aorta, it is completely wrong. Okay. From the body part to heart, the veins they can carry from the blood from the body parts to heart. Completely you have to eliminate this. Pulmonary artery, it is relevant to the lungs which is purify the blood, oxygenated. It is absolutely you have to eliminate this. And pulmonary vein, guys, there is a blood which is carried from the heart to, like from the heart to lungs. This is not a from the lungs to heart. Okay. Yes. So this is also you have to eliminate vena cava. Vena cava mean in the frog, that is sinus venusus. Sinus venusus. This is the answer, guys. Vena cava. Vena cava, veins, or they can carry the blood from the body parts to heart. If come to the frog, that is sinus venusus. This is the answer, guys. Yep. And next one, which one of the following is an example of ex situ conservation? Ex situ conservation. This is the question from the biodiversity. Biodiversity, there is a question, make sure question from the biodiversity at any cost. Conservation mean, okay, to produce or to protect endangered species, to protect endangered species. The species are going to threaten or endangered. Okay, we can protect through these methods. Okay, if come to the ex situ, there are two methods, ex situ and in situ. Okay, ex situ mean they can produce directly. Okay, yeah. Here, national parks is a natural protection, that is in situ, inside the park, in situ. Okay, this is not a answer for the ex situ national park. And wildlife sanctuary, it is also habitat for the direct growth. So it is also in situ. In situ means they can directly protected by this national park and wildlife sanctuary. Yeah, protected areas obviously. And zoos and botanical garden is the answer, guys. This is the artificial method. These are the natural. So zoos and botanical garden. Zoo they can produce, they can conserve the different species from the different area. We can take from there and we can like carry into the zoo and as well botanical parks in the plants if come to the plants, they can take into the botanical gardens. Okay, juice, there are certain animals they can carry into the juice and protect, okay, endangered species throughout a world, irrespective of region, they can protect the this conservation of ex situ species, guys. Okay, this is the answer. Sure, every year there is a question from this biodiversity, very simple questions. Okay, yeah, if come to this, just look into this. Yeah, emphysema, there is a no like breathing problem, there is a problem with breathing, there is no gases in the alveoli. Okay, it is damaged alveolar sac walls, decrease the respiratory surface. Okay, A is the 2. Here A is the 2 is 3 and 4. Directly you have to eliminate 1 and 2. Okay, yes. Angina pectoris. This is about heart, guys. Okay, yeah. Acute chest pain when not enough oxygen reaching the heart. So B is 3. B is 3. No need to read next options. This is the answer, guys. You have to secure your time through this elimination method. Yeah, obviously glomerular nephritis. This is the damage of glomerular, inflammation of glomerular. Tetany is the calcium is, yeah, there is rapid spasms of muscle due to the low calcium in the body fluid. Of course, the deficiency of the calcium in the skeletal muscle going to create a tetany, okay, condition. Guys, this is about a very simple question, guys. Yep. And next one, which chromosome in the human genome has the highest number of genes? Which chromosome? Okay, it is difficulty question. It is the difficulty question. Nobody think about these kind of questions. Okay, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes. In that, chromosome 1 is the high dense of the genes. Genes about 2000 to 2100 genes are there in the chromosome. 2000 to 2100 genes are located in the chromosome 1. This is unpredicted question, guys. Yeah, of course, it is the difficulty question. Yeah, which one of the following is statement is correct about the location of female frog copulatory pad? Of course, we did come across this forelimb. Okay, we did come across. This is a repeated question here. Yeah, this is what you have to think. Yeah, while trying out to find the characteristic of newly found animal, this is the, actually they made a question very lengthy for your consume your time. Okay, yeah, you have to observe the histology. If come to the tissue in adult animal, observe a cavity with presence of mesodermal tissue. Mesodermal tissue, where it is started first, where the roundworms, okay, roundworms were started, there is a mesodermal is origin from ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Mesoderm, these are the germ layers, 3 germ layers. Mesodermal origin is the body cavity, which is tissue is produced mesodermally towards the body walls. This is the body wall. There is a cavity which is mesodermally produced, tube within the tube, but the tissue was observed towards the alimentary canal. Yeah, this is the alimentary canal. Okay, tube within the tube, that is the tube, alimentary canal. Yeah, what could be the possible coelomates of this animal? Just look into this. While trying to find out the characteristics of newly found animal, a researchers did the histology of adult animal, observe the cavity with presence of mesodermal tissue towards the body wall, but no mesodermal tissue was observed towards the alimentary canal. So, here you have to observe it, any organ system or organs are developed from the mesoderm. Organs are systems developed from the mesoderm are called coelomates. Coelomates. But there is a tissue which is developed here. Tissue is observed, mesodermal tissue is observed, but alimentary canal is the system that is not developed from this mesoderm tissue. So, here what? It is the false coelomates, mean pseudo-coelomates. Okay? Pseudo-coelomate is the false coelom is created here because of there is a tissue is developed by the mesoderm. Mesoderm, if the tissue is developed, that is the tissue is reason for the development of the body cavity, which is any organ or organ system. But tissue developed here, the organ system which is alimentary canal, they did not develop. Here they mention alimentary canal. This is the word mostly confused. Instead of organ origin, system origin, they did ask alimentary canal. That is the digestive system first observed in the Aschelminthes. First digestive system observed in the Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes nothing but they are the pseudo-coelomates. This is what the question here. Yes. Next question. This is the reproductive system, male reproductive system question about sperm. Sperm as parts, that is the head, middle piece and acrosome, tail. Acrosome is the end part, middle piece has mitochondria place, there is a mitochondria, head is obviously genetic material, tail is for the motility, Guys, just here, just observe it, head is the genetic material. So, this was wrong. Okay? Yeah, this is the match the following question. I did not give the followings here. Yeah, middle piece is the energy, mean mitochondria is there. Mitochondria is there in the middle piece. Mitochondria mean energy production is here third. Second, B is third. Acrosome. Acrosome is for the enzymes. Hyaluronidase enzyme. Hyaluronidase. They can lysis the ova layer. Okay. So, acrosome has enzymes, particular enzyme. Tail is for obviously motility, sperm motility. It is very simple question for you. Yeah. Next one. Okay. Yeah. Human pregnancy, the major organ system was formed at the end of the 12 weeks, obviously. Human pregnancy is the major organ system is formed at the end of the 8 weeks. First one is correct, A. End of the, no, it is starting of the, not end of the. It is starting of the 12th week. Starting of the 12th week. Human pregnancy is the major organ system are formed at the end of the, major organ system at the end of the 8th weeks. 8th week. Human pregnancy heart is formed after 1 month gestation. Heartbeat, yes. First heartbeat is 21 days of the embryonic development. After parturition, there is a complete, like gestation, there is a formed of the human heart. Okay, human pregnancy and limbs and digits developed by the end of the 2nd month. Completely the period they did ask. Okay, this is also correct, guys. In the human pregnancy, there is an appearance of air are usually observed in the 5th month. 5th month. Obviously this is also correct. This is the answer is third. This is the tough question. Tough question. Tough question mean it is actually most of the students, they don't guess this question, this kind of question. In the human reproductive system, there are hormones and male female reproductive systems and menstrual cycle. This kind of question most of the students expected, but this is the question is unpredictable. Okay, this is the tough question as we know. Next question. This is very easy. The PCT part of the nephron, PCT part of the nephron and DCT part of the nephron. PCT part of the nephron, what they observe, what they secretes, and the DCT part of the nephron, what they observe, what they secretes. Okay, if come to this, here PCT part of the nephron, they can secrete, they can absorb the bicarbonate and NaCl. Of course, this is right, and they can absorb the, they can secrete the hydrogen and H2O. H2O not secretes here. 80%, 70 to 80% are they can absorb here along with fluid. Water also absorb in the PCT part. This is wrong answer. If come to this second option, hydrogen secretes, ammonia secretes, of course this is right, and bicarbonate absorb, NaCl absorb, H2O absorb, this is right in the PCT. And if come to the DCT, potassium is secretes, hydrogen is secretes, and NaCl absorb, H2O absorb, bicarbonate absorb. This is the DCT is the facultative absorption. Facultative absorption. If you know perfect this answer, this is the answer, no need to read these three, remaining third one and fourth one. Just look into here. Ammonia secretes, hydrogen secretes, bicarbonate absorb, and NaCl absorb, H2O absorb. This is the right. And here if come to the DCT part, H2O absorb and bicarbonate absorb, NaCl secretes here. This is wrong. NaCl also absorb. Where? In the DCT part. If come to the fourth option, hydrogen secretes, H2O secretes here. H2O absorb, completely absorb here. NaCl secretes, absorb, and bicarbonate absorb. Okay. NaCl absorb and ammonia absorb here, and potassium secretes, and water is absorbed here. This is wrong answer, guys. It is very simple question. Okay, I hope you understand this. Next question. This is factual bit. Who is known as the father of the ecology? These kind of questions coming from ecology is very natural. Okay, Ramdeo Misra. Ramdeo Misra. Kashyap is not, Ram not, Birbal Sahani not, is a plant scientist. This is the answer, Ramdeo Misra, direct question. No need to any further explanation for this question. Yeah. All living members of the class Cyclostomata. Cyclostomates are the parasite, obviously. They are the ectoparasites, fish family actually. Fish family. Ectoparasites. Cyclostomata is the ectoparasite. This is direct question. Yeah, next one. Yeah. Sweet potato and potato is represent a certain type of evolution. Select the correct combination of terms. Here, this is the example of convergent evolution. Convergent evolution of homology. This is the answer, homology of the convergence. Here, just look into this. Yeah, convergent evolution, it is the type of evolution occurs when different species independently evolve and similar traits or the structures to be adapted to the similar environment or ecological niches. Understand? This is the, yeah, convergent evolution mean different species. There is a species or the family is different, okay, but there is a environment according to that they can adapt, okay. That is the homology, is the environment, there is a structure, and convergent is the there is a different species is they can come together here, okay. Divergent mean they can expand into the different environment, same origin. If they expand into the different environment, there is the action is different. If the origin is also same, there is the action is they can modify it into the different environment. But here in the convergent, the environment is same, so there is action of this same. Mean potato and sweet potato, they are the like they can store the food in the form of like buds, like that, okay. They can secure their food into their stems, and they can actually, there is a homology, mean they are located in particular environment. This is what about the homology and convergent evolution. That is evolution chapter, okay. Yeah, this is very easy question in the reproductive system. Yeah, the first mensters is called monophase. Monophase is the end of the cycle. End of the menstrual cycle is monophase. Menarche is answer. Menarche is the answer. Okay. This is the answer, guys. Ovulation, production of ova. Diapause is, that is different. Yeah. This is menarche is the answer. Very simple, direct question. Here, just look into this. This is also very simple question, guys. Here, heart and kidney, gastrointestinal tract, adrenal cortex. Heart here, just look into this. Yeah, ANF, atri, natriuretic peptide, ANF. Okay, atrial natriuretic factors, heart. A is 3. Just here, A is 3. No need to read anything. This is the smart work. If you don't know art, kidney. Kidney is erythropoietin. Of course, kidney as a endocrine activity. Okay, production of erythrocytes. Erythropoietin is the kidney. So B is 1. Where it is B is 1? B is 1. 1 is 4 is B in 1. Gastrointestinal tract. Adrenal cortex. Yeah, adrenal cortex, obviously they can release aldosterone for the reabsorption of nephron. Okay, aldosterone. So D is 2. D is 2. D is 2. Here D is 2, B is 1. Fourth answer. Very simple. Okay. Yeah. Here just look into this. After maturation, in primary lymphoid organs, the lymphocytes migrate from interaction with antigens to secondary lymphoid organs. Here just look into this, the lymphocytes which is matured from the primary lymphoid organ to secondary lymphoid organs, where they can move. Thymus is the primary lymphoid organ. This is not answer. They can transfer from the thymus, and bone marrow also primary lymphoid organ. Okay, these are the primary lymphoid organs. So from that they can enter into this spleen and lymph nodes and Peyer's patches. CDE. CDE. Fourth one is the answer. First two is the primary lymphoid organs. So from this they can enter into this after matured. This is the very simple answer. Next question. Why can't insulin be given orally to the diabetic patient? This is the innovation question. Human body will elicit the strong immune response. Not at all, it is about immune system question. It will be digested the gastrointestinal tract. Just keep it that. Because of structural variation, this is absolutely unworth option. The bioavailability will be increased. This is also absolutely wrong answer. There is no relevant. This is the answer which is will digested in gastrointestinal tract. Here just insulin is the hormone which they can produce glucose into the glycogen. Okay, they can make the glucose into the glycogen, insulin. So if they give the orally for the digestive, like diabetic patients, there is a chance to digested the GI tract. Okay, yeah, because of lack of glucose they need energy in this condition. Next question. Yeah. Role of the water vascular system in echinodes. This is the question, animal diversity second part, which is echinoderms. Water vascular system in the echinoderms. It is very simple. Locomotion, obviously locomotion, and respiration or excretion or capture the food, digestion the food, excretion. Yeah, actually this is the vascular system is for locomotion, and they can locomotive, they can move and capture the food. After that, capture food, and respiration also. So respiration and locomotion here, this is the answer. Of course, here capture the food but transport of the food. No, this is the answer. Respiration and locomotion, they meet this two. Locomotion and respiration, they meet here. So, A is the answer. A is the answer. Yeah, A is there 1 and 2. B is there capture and transport of food, and C is there digestion and respiration. A, B and AC. Yeah, excretion not there. Excretion is not there, not B. So, A is there, this is the answer, this is the answer. This may be, this may be. So, B have to eliminate, B have to eliminate, 2 is the answer. Very simple. Next question. In frog, the renal portal system is the special venous connection is that act to link. In frog, renal portal system is they can connect into, yeah, renal is the term which is relevant to the kidney. This is the kidney. Of course, they can not in the thoracic, there is a lower part, abdominal part, liver, intestine wrong, liver and kidney wrong. Liver is the upper part, kidney and intestine wrong. Kidney and lower part of the body, this is the right answer. Okay, kidney is the lower part, they can circulate the portability into the lower part of the body completely. Okay, this is the right answer. Yeah, this is a predicted question, but very important question. Okay, which part of the hormone released from the pituitary is actually synthesized in the hypothalamus? Yeah, where the hormones which is produced hypothalamus, they can carry into the pituitary. Pituitary has two lobes, that is adenohypophysis, neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis is the posterior, neurohypophysis is the anterior part. So, anterior part and posterior part. Adenohypophysis anterior part, neurohypophysis is the posterior part. So, here hypothalamus they can produce hormones, two kinds. There is a releasing hormones and synthesized hormones. Okay, if come to this pituitary gland has two lobes, which is this is anterior pituitary, this is posterior pituitary. The synthesized hormone which is hypothalamus, they can carry into this posterior pituitary, but here they can encourage to produce in the anterior pituitary. Hypothalamus encourage to produce here. Hypothalamus they can release the stored into the posterior pituitary. Here the luteinizing hormone, it is actually hypothalamus encourage in the anterior pituitary is really luteinizing hormone, and FSH follicle stimulating hormone and ACTH. These are the production is there in the anterior pituitary. Okay, they can encourage from the hypothalamus, but hypothalamus synthesize hormone ADH and oxytocin. ADH and oxytocin. These two hormones they can synthesize by hypothalamus and release into the posterior pituitary. This is the answer second. Next question. Yeah, progesterone, relaxin, melanocyte stimulating hormone, catecholamines. Okay, what are the hormones here? Melanocyte stimulating hormone, as we know, this pars intermedia of the pituitary. Pars intermedia of the pituitary. Progesterone, obviously progesterone, where it is produced? Progesterone they can produce from the corpus luteum. Relaxin obviously ovary, and catecholamine we know that is adrenal medulla. Okay, yes, you have to find it. First A is the 4, A is the 4, this is the answer, maybe 1 or 2. B is 2, B is 2, obviously both are B is 2. C is 1, C is 1 is the answer 1. No need to go catecholamine, which is adrenal medulla. This is the smart way in the match the following questions. I hope you people understand this. This is the 2025 NEET question. It is the moderate paper from the zoology. Thank you.